like I said, if you want to arrow right and left, you know, to have this showing while you're up here, you may. If you don't want it, that's cool too. Go ahead, take her away.
Alright, we had videocasting, and basically what videocasting is basically like a podcast, but instead of audio, I mean, well, you have audio still, but it's basically recorded on video.
They can be created by like small or big businesses. It doesn't really matter. It's just a variance in quality, depending on who's doing what.
Yep. And then basically here, DV, which is digital video quality, is basically like when we record from our home platforms or a tower or whatever, without the addition of a how do I explain it? PAMP or an additional camera, basically, like putting more money into it, and that basically, like, I don't know, your video doesn't look so. I mean, with this, it doesn't look as HD as it would with a Canon camera or something that you purchase, or the audio won't be as clear, like she stated before, with the microphone that's built in.
So like the digital videos, it's basically just like stuff from like your phone or like a handheld device. And then HD videos are like more higher quality, so like better cameras. And it has more storage space for a faster microprocessor. And most editing software is used on high definition. And GoPro cameras, it's basically like it's a higher quality camera but compacted into like a smaller space, but more like action shots. That's what they're mainly used for.
I thought the cool thing with those were they basically have Wi-Fi connection to them, so like say like once you're done skydiving or whatever you're doing, you can actually upload that content right away instead of having to go home and upload it later.
Tracy, anybody have a GoPro? Used one? Yeah. Pretty cool.
And that's all we have.
You get head up to there? Okay.
Yeah.
Who takes over at audio and lighting? You're up, whoever you are.
That's us.
Okay. Tag team.
We were actually 4.1.5, I thought.
Oh. Nobody had audio and lighting? Okay.
Wait, were we supposed to cover that?
Well, let's just talk about it. Do you think having good audio and good lighting is important?
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right. So if you're really into it, you're going to get good microphones. You're maybe going to get some good lighting, and produce the most professional shot you can. Hey, look at that.
Alright, so 4.1.5 is computer considerations. Just talks about if you have enough RAM in your computer to actually process the video and upload it, have the editing software. 4.16 was wait, go back. I think it's it was preparing to record.
So pretty much when you're just preparing to record, you just need to keep some things in mind. Like you should actually prepare things before you make the content. So things like storyboards, just like scripts, things like that. That should just all come into play when you're actually thinking and making the content for the video.
Recording it. Okay, that's just actually recording and sitting down. Make sure you trial before you do it. Make sure the lighting's good, and have the right equipment. Make sure the quality's good. Then you actually record the full thing. That's what it mostly look through. And then video and editing software. That's just after shooting the video, you upload it to your computer and you use different programs such as Sony Vegas, Final Cut Pro. Those are all good ones. And then it just talks about actually editing the software or editing on the programs. Like, make sure you have good transitions, good audio. Also, like adding music. There's a big chart. Yeah, adding music, adding subtitles to it. Make sure it's all well. Make sure you actually like cut it correctly and it flows well. Mainly editing. You like render it too, which takes a while after you actually fully edit it. 4.1.9 is actually uploading it, posting it. The different websites you can post to. The big one is YouTube. There's a chart. Click that. There's a chart with different ones, but the big one is YouTube. That's where everybody usually uploads their videos to.
Yeah, there's a couple different other ones, but like you said, that's the main one that everyone usually seems to use.
Any of you make videos? Do editing? Publish anything on YouTube? Actually rendering the video, like you mentioned, the class I teach this afternoon is a video editing class, and we end up doing a 30-second to maybe 2-minute video, and after we're done editing, rendering it to actually make it work and finalize it can take a half an hour to 3 hours to a day, depending on how big things are and the speed of your computer. So we keep our videos pretty short because we don't have all day to render them. And then we end up uploading them to YouTube or Vimeo, or we just share the link and put them on Google Drive for the class. So there's a lot of places you can do that. But clearly you're all familiar with YouTube, right? All right. Is that the end of your segment?
Yeah.
Okay. Next up.
So we have screencasting, it's related to videocasting, other ways to create materials for illusion in social media. It also enhances streamline made work productive through a variety of tools, such as ScreenFlow, Snaps, ProX, and Cam Studio.
Yep, so screencasting is kind of like you could just, instead of being live and it's happening now, it's you record it, then you can actually edit it. And then one example they gave us was Brainshare, which I've never heard of too. This was how I say this is more of like a business teaching class. So this one actually I've never heard of it. So this one is more based on like a PowerPoint, so it gives you helpful tips and all that. And you could also narrative the video if you're doing like an online class too.
And then another example that they put was Animoto, which is a powerful, fast online video production tools. It's a videocasting and screencasting capability helpful for each area for online tools.
And then it goes to live streaming, which is live instead of just not pausing, but like instead of editing all that, it's just pure
Whatever
raw.
happens, happens?
Yeah, pure raw, yeah.
That was the end of yours?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, so screencasting is what I do in this class when I record the lecture and share it with the online students or you guys to go back and watch. So it captures your voice, whatever's on your screen. You can enable the webcam, so in the lower corner, people could actually see you talking as well. It's pretty popular with tutorials and things like that, where you want to see the screen and not something else.
All right. So can I like scroll this? No. That was more down there. So ours is way different because ours is broke down. It's kind of like a summary of all this. So like the other ones, the previous people who came up was more so like specific to like how you're gonna build this. Ours is it just shows like all these different platforms you could do it. Like we got there's live broadcasting, you can do scheduled broadcasting, on demand, embedded live player. That one's kind of interesting. I never heard of that, but that one says it allows a video producer to embed a customized video player displaying the video, and you can embed that in any website you want. It'll just play whenever you want it. Playback. And then the other thing that was kind of cool is, it's simple, but you see it all the time, is importing digital images. You don't go to a website or anything and there's no images. You kind of have to have that on there. And then the audio tracks is kind of cool too. Like in a blog, you put like a little GIF in there. You might say something or make things interesting. Kind of make a website or any blog kind of pop. And do you have anything in your notes you want to talk about?
Yeah.
Let's look at that, right?
So then I took a bunch of notes down on WhatsApp. So WhatsApp is a really ginormous platform that is used to call and text. And let's say you have somebody that lives out of the country that you know, you're able to do that without those international calling fees and texting fees from your carrier. You just have to use cellular data instead of being able to just call unlimited. But most people nowadays do have pretty much unlimited data for the most part. And then you can also just text with any friends in general, or you can do group chats or video calls. And it's very widely used. And then it talks about how they're looking to get in more into like a business aspect. So that they kind of talked about being able to find out about like card fraud if you're like out of the country, and then also talking about like it messaging you about the flights and such, and then it would be vetted to take out any spam or ads or fraud calls that you may get on your regular phone line.
No, that was it, I think.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
All
Anybody use WhatsApp?
We are right now, actually. We're planning a trip to Miami, and our friends from Italy, a little foreign exchange student, so we've been talking to her over that.
Yeah.
It's kind of confusing, actually. Because, I don't know, like they text so different.
Yeah.
Like the app's not confusing, but texting, because it's a bunch of other people in the group who are also exchange students,
Okay.
and they just, I don't know, they just say things so different, or they'll take offense to like a sarcastic joke. Or it's like,
Right.
Well, yeah, because they might not understand like
Different
jokes.
Yes.
Yeah, so
right.
you gotta be careful.
They don't
That's all.
understand the joke in English. If you spoke it in their language, they might understand the joke.
Right. So we actually used that app 4 or 5 years ago, or both. I went to Ireland with the study abroad group that LTC sent some students from to the trip. And same thing, we all have our own cell phones, but not everybody wanted to get the international card and pay for that. But we wanted to be able to text between ourselves when we were there, like when we had free time, like, okay, where in Dublin are you? Where did I lose my 3 students? This is great. So we all used WhatsApp, and we were able, as long as you had Wi-Fi, we didn't even use data, as long as we had Wi-Fi, we could go into any restaurant or whatever, and we could text back and forth in a foreign country without any fees or anything. So it's pretty cool. The business applications of it is very interesting. Very interesting. So good job with that chapter. And now let's just look at a few of these key players that you may have heard of, such as YouTube. I don't think I even need to click on that link. Dailymotion. Let's just take a quick peek at that one. So kind of like YouTube, it's a collection of websites, and here are some top stories of the day. You can look at news, sports, entertainment, music. It's just another resource, very similar to YouTube. And then the other one on that list was Vimeo. And this is where a lot of people like to upload, especially like creatives or more artsy type people maybe want to put their information here. I'm not going to log in, I'll just go to inspiration. And I'm not going to make an account. You can also you can upload your videos here as well, just like on YouTube. All right, let's just go to watch. So some of their staff favorites, some things you might want to watch. Again, this looks a little bit different than YouTube. Kind of maybe indie films or foreign language films or things that you haven't necessarily heard of. So it's it's all video rich. All right, whoops. Come on, here we go. If you want to make movies on your own, you do have free resources. So Windows Movie Maker used to ship on all PCs. I think now you have to maybe download it. It is free, but it's not just one of the free things instantly installed. And then on Apple products, there's Movie Maker, iMovie, not Movie Maker, iMovie. So you've probably seen that on your apps on your phone too. And then some software, like you guys talked about, Final Cut, that Sony product, and then Adobe Premiere Pro is video editing software. Those do cost money, the other two are free. YouTube 2020 statistics. This was an interesting article I found about B2B, business-to-business marketers, how they can use YouTube in the year 2020. So if you're in marketing, this is definitely a link that you're going to want to take a peek at. 1.9 billion monthly active users. That's crazy, isn't it? So if you think, I'm just going to put my video on YouTube and people will find it, it's easy. There's that many active users. There's obviously content that appeals to every one of them if they're an active monthly user. There's so much stuff out there. YouTube users exist in more than 91 countries. Baby boomers and Gen X are the fastest growing demographic. Would you have expected that? Who are the baby boomers? Old people. Fastest growing demographic. You might have said, no way are we going to, do things on YouTube when we're selling to 60-year-olds. They're not on YouTube. Well,
They're getting with the times.
they are. They're getting hip. It reaches more 18 to 49-year-olds than any broadcast or network TV station. That's crazy. You couldn't have told TV stations that there was going to be something on the internet that was going to be way better than them, 10 years down the road, 15 years down the road, they would have never believed it. I think a lot of you told me you watch most of your stuff on YouTube, not on TV or maybe streaming services. So very different. The fastest growing demographic, 75% use YouTube to embrace nostalgia. So what's nostalgia?
Like your childhood.
Yeah, things that happened in the past, your childhood, things that are old, things that you remember. 68% use it to stay in the know, 73% use it to access how-to content. Your sink just broke. How are you going to change the drain plug? Well, I bet there's a video or 2,000 or 3,000 on how to do that on YouTube. 6 out of 10 people prefer online video platforms to live TV. That's wild. 94% of 18 to 24-year-olds say they use YouTube. How many of you, your fake company, 18 to 24-year-olds are a huge demographic for you? Shoes, for sure. You were coffee. That probably, not quite.
I think mine's pretty broad.
Yeah.
Because we can do, $100,000 Porsches or $1,000 Civics, so really anyone.
Okay. So if you have a young demographic, clearly you need to be on YouTube. 96% of online teens are on YouTube. You happen to be selling to teen. Gen X, 39 to 53-year-olds, watch more than 1.5 billion YouTubes a day. 75% watch at least monthly. 1.5 billion views every day on YouTube. It's crazy. U.S. adults, 73% use YouTube. So clearly YouTube is a platform for business that you need to be using. Animoto, we are going to go to that, and this is actually going to be your homework, is to create a video for your business. So for next week, you're going to be creating a free Animoto marketing video for your business. You're going to either save it to a jump drive or your hard drive so that A, you can use it again, you can use it later on in your own websites that we're going to build, and we're also going to share it with the class. So in order to share it, you're going to want it on a jump drive so you can carry it up here. And then I want you to read Chapter 5 on the wikis. We're not going to talk about that a lot. You guys know what Wikipedia is. It's content generated by the masses, updating it whenever they want, but it's kind of self-governed. People post information that's not true, it's taken down. An example of a wiki here would be a thing we call the bridge that all staff can get to, where all of our documents are posted, all of our how-to videos. It's just a repository for stuff. So read through Chapter 5 on wikis for next week, but in the meantime, let's all go to Animoto. So in your web browser, animoto.com. There's a free version. It's going to put a watermark. That's what we're going to use here. If you end up loving this, there's paid versions you can do as well. So we need to sign up here, and you can sign up with your Gmail account for this class, or if for some reason you want to sign up with your own Facebook, that's up to you. But I'm going to sign up using Gmail. Oops, sign up for free with an email. Gotta make sure that's really my Gmail. Bless you.
Thank you.
Oh, for crying out loud. Oops. Okay, so once you get in, you see a variety of different templates. We're in this free version. So we can see an introduction, a birthday slideshow, an engagement slideshow. Again, you're doing this for your business, so maybe product promotion or a service promotion over here on the left. And basically, you can start from scratch, but I would use one of these templates. And it's going to be a lot like Blogger as far as getting right into it and practicing and learning. And I guess I'm playing one right now. They will have video clips for you that are stock photography that you can pick from, and you'll be able to change the text that appears on here. If it's hard to read over your background, you see how they have this like lighter white color behind it so that you can read that color blue on the background. Those are options. And it'll basically walk you through making a little 30-second video clip. So you're going to choose a template, and there's basically tutorials on here also showing you how to do it, but they have a ton of images, they have filters, they have music that you can use, you can change the style and design at any time, and we can watch this tour, which we'll do quickly. So one of three, start by adding photos. You can either upload your own or use stock photos instead. Try dragging your media to the first block to replace it. So if this is the video clip that I like, I drag it up here and plop it in. And then to edit the block, you click inside here and you can change the text. You can scale your image using this. You can rotate the image. And you can reposition and move move on from there. When you're done, there's a preview button or a save, and you're going to want to save it. And at some point, I forget where it shows up, the option to save the MP4 download shows up, and that's what you'll want to ultimately save to a jump drive so that you can bring it up and show it with the class. Okay? So any questions? It's kind of fun. You just play around with it, but make a short video clip for your business. So think about where you would use this. Maybe you put it in your blog. Like maybe the Yeezys come in. You literally show yourself opening the box, pulling them out. You spin them around and show them and talk about when they're going to sell. You're free to use any of the stock photography and stock videos and stock music here. You don't have to upload your own photos. But if you have your own and you want to make something, go for it. People have enjoyed doing this on the side for fun, like making a video of their dog or of their family or whatever. Again, when it's free, there's a watermark on it that says Animoto. When you purchase a subscription to it, then you unlock everything and you can do a lot more. So if it's something you like or you think would be a good fit for your small business in real life or anywhere you work, or something you're interested in doing, this Animoto is really a good product and a fun, easy to use website. Okay. So make me a video for your company. You have the rest of class today to work on that. It will be due at the start of class next week. We'll do a show and tell of our videos, and also read that chapter 5 on wikis, and we'll keep moving forward. Pretty quickly here, we're going to shift gears and start doing HTML coding. So we're going to actually be writing code for websites. Any questions? Okay. Have fun with it. And